Hello students, I hope that you have completed your study of computer application up to chapter 2 using your book, given PDF notes and YouTube videos. Now today's topic is method, that is chapter 3. As we know, method or functions represents the behavior of a class. Methods are defined inside of a class and every method has a name. So it is a named part of a class. Methods are very useful because it has many features. For example, to cope with complexity, it reduces the complexity of a large program by dividing them into smaller methods or modules. This feature is known as modularity. Small modules are easy to write and easy to debug. Hiding details. Once a method is created, it can be used only by using its name like this. So all the complexity of a square root function is hidden inside the function. Reuse. Reusability provides the facility to write or define once and use again and again. Methods can be divided into two categories: library methods and user-defined methods. Library methods are those methods that are already inbuilt. For example, math.power, math.squareroot, etc. User-defined methods are the methods which are designed by the user to carry out some specific task. In this chapter, we have to study about the user-defined methods. How can we create our own method to do different type of work? Syntax of method definition, that means rule to define a method. In general syntax, there are two parts of method definition: method header and the body of the method. Method header consists of different parts: access specifiers, modifiers, return type, method name, and the parameters list. For example, in the method public static void main, public is the access specifier, static is the modifier, void is return type, main is the method name, and string args is the parameter list. After defining the header, we define its body within the pair of curly bracket. We can ignore access specifier and modifiers, but parameters list rest part like return type, method name, and the parentheses are compulsory. The first line of method is known as method header or method prototype. It contains access specifier. Access specifier determines whether a method can be accessed by another method in another class or subclass. Java provides four types of access specifiers. Public. Public accessible is such type of accessible that is used in any class, anywhere. Protected. Accessible by the class belongs to the same package and any subclass that are in other package. Default. We have not need to write the default like as public or protected. It is accessible by the classes belongs to the same package only. In the absence of any other access specifier, default access takes place. Private is the most secure access specifier. It is accessible only within the class. Modifier. Modifier is used to apply a specific functionality, such as static. If we add static, then the class become a static method or class method. It can be used with class name or with object name. It is not necessary to call a static method using object. It can be called without the use of object. Final. It indicates that all the functionality defined inside the methods can never be changed or overwritten. We can use final in case of inheritance. Return type. It may be any valid data type like int, char, boolean, double, float, and if there is no any return type, then we write void. Method name. It is any valid Java identifier to identify the name of method. Parameter list. It contains variable along with the data types, separated by comma. These variables are used to receive value exactly in the same sequence which are passed using method call statement. Method signature. Method signature is a part of method prototype. It is basically refers to the method name and the number and the type of its parameter. There are two types of parameter, actual parameter and formal parameter. The parameters that appear in the method call statement is used to pass the value that is called actual parameter, and the parameters that appear in the method definition is used to receive the actual values are called formal parameters. Now, how can you access or call a method? To call a static method, we use class name or object name dot method name. And in case of non-static method, we can use only object name dot method name. Execution of a method. However, in a Java program can have any number of methods, but the execution always starts from the main method. During the execution, whenever a method is called, the program control finds the method and executes the statement written in it. After the program control returns back to the call statement and execute the rest statements. Now you can see all the above topics in this example. Example of methods with no return value. Public class rectangle. Static methods. Public static void calculate area. Public is SS specifier. Static modifier void return type calculate area is the method name, and float length, float breadth is are the parameter list. In the body of the method, float area equals to length into breadth, system.out.println area equals to area, calculated area. An example of non-static method, void calculate perimeter. Here SS specifier is not used, modifier is not used, only the return type, method name and the parameter list are used. The difference in both methods that the first method can be called using class, but the second method cannot be called using the class. To call this method, we need an object. Now see the main method of this program. Main method, public static void main, float a equals to 20.5, b equals to 40.5, calling the static method, rectangle dot calculate area. Here rectangle is the name of our class and the calculate area is the name of the method. A and B are the actual parameters. These parameters are sent when we call the function to the method where it is declared, and both are copied into formal parameter length and breadth. After calculating the result, display the concerned result and then the control back to that place where it is called. For second method, we have to create an object. Rectangle is a class name, rect1 is an object, rectangle rect1 equals to new rectangle. Now to call the non-static method, we use the object name rect1, rect1 dot calculate perimeter. In same way, the value of a and b are sent to the method calculate perimeter and received by length and breadth, and after calculating the perimeter, display the result and then return back to the main method. And after that, close the curly bracket of main method, then close the curly bracket of class method. In this way, we can see that every program starts with main method and ends with main methods. For next topic, we will discuss in our next video. Thank you.